Justin Bieber has been looking scuffed. I've been seeing these pictures, and they're edited pictures. I should make that very clear. But even with the editing, right? Let's factor in the fact that editing makes everyone 10 times worse. This still looks crazy, bro. This image has been everywhere lately. Justin Bieber then versus now. Obviously, there has been some editing done to this photo to make him look even more cracked out, like he's been on Heisenberg's Blue Crystal. That's okay. Even factoring that in, you know, there has definitely been some, let's just call them concerns among the general population for Justin Bieber's health and well-being. Because it's very rare that someone goes from looking like this to this in like a decade or so, and there hasn't been something negative that's taken place. Now, Justin Bieber obviously has been a victim of a lot of horrible things. Like, Justin Bieber was one of the first kids on YouTube to make it big. I would go as far to say he's the first kid to make it big on YouTube. He was a teenager, he released Baby, it became the most disliked song on all of YouTube. I think it was maybe the most disliked YouTube video for a while, because there weren't that many videos out at the time. And people were relentless with the bullying. And you look at like grown men who were making top text, bottom text memes, and they were just calling Justin Bieber the F slur. I have to say, very fucking crazy to really think about that nowadays with how everything is, that it was so normalized to just hate Justin Bieber and relentlessly talk about how much you hated him and how much Baby made you want to buy a rifle. It's a little bit insane. And I don't even hate the song. Like, Justin Bieber makes pop music, and pop music isn't my favorite genre, but I like some pop music and I like some Justin Bieber. I hate him still. He has so many hits that it's hard to say that you hate every single song he's made. I doubt there's not a single song that you can't jam out to on Bieber's catalog. I'd be shocked. And so I was in middle school when he was doing his Justice tour. Was it Justice? What was the one before Justice? Justin Bieber tour. Which one was it? Was it like Redemption or some shit? Purpose. It was the Purpose tour. So I was in middle school during his Purpose tour, and I remember I'd sit behind this girl who would have the Justin Bieber Purpose merch tour on because she had went, because her dad was a hedge fund manager and whatever, had a fuckload of money. She could just go whenever she wanted to. She had went to 3 different shows, which I never understand. I never understand going to 3 different shows. It's the same thing every time, just in a different city. And so it's just honestly a waste of time and money. Just go to one. And anyway, I would look at this shirt every single day because it was all she would wear. I don't even know if she showered, frankly. She didn't look like she showered. And I eventually I listened to the whole album, and I heard a few of the songs off the album on the radio. And so I went and I actually listened to the album, and I was like, this is pretty good. So I have a soft spot for Justin Bieber, and after it had come out that Diddy was doing all his Diddy activities, and then we had seen Justin Bieber, how he was awfully close with Diddy when he was so young, probably pretty scary. So yeah, probably pretty bad for him. And so yeah, let's stop the yapping. I'll get going, don't worry.
There's something deeply unsettling about watching someone unravel in real time. The vacant stares, the erratic behavior, the desperate attempts to appear normal that somehow make everything seem even more off.
Is this hair loss? What is this? Is this a choice?
For Justin Bieber fans, the past few months have been extremely worrying as the pop star appears to be spiraling before our very eyes. Looking at him now, with his haggard and worn out appearance, it's hard to believe this is the same fresh-faced kid who took over the world just over a decade ago. But
it's
between
actually
these 2
sad.
points in his life, a lot has changed, and much of it for the worst. In August 2024, Justin and his wife Hailey welcomed their first child into the world. As any new parent could tell you, there's a lot of adjusting to do. Sleepless nights and constant stress can become the norm, so to appear tired and strung out isn't out of the ordinary. However, what we're seeing today with Justin goes beyond that. Videos of him have surfaced where he looks aged, grinding his jaw and licking his lips, which are signs you'd commonly associate with drug use. He's always been a slender guy, but now he's become so skinny and frail that he almost—
Yeah, he looks like he's been taking Ozempic or something. And obviously you can associate some of that with maybe malnutrition from not paying attention to yourself and putting all your time and energy into being your kid and, you know, working on music. But it's certainly looking like he's either struggling with some sort of maybe substance or something else. But it does suck to see. Like, it's sad. It genuinely is sad. Bro wanna be young, lean so bad. He's struggling. Like, what? No.
Looks unwell, and his social media activity has also been concerning, as he's gone from hardly posting at all to posting several—
Is he wearing his own shirt that's so hard?
Has also been concerning, as he's—
This is fucking drip, dude. Justin Bieber wearing Justin Bieber. This is so peak. Peak wears peak. Patriot check. True.
Gone from hardly posting—
He needs some milk. Yeah, maybe milk, maybe water, maybe food, maybe sunlight, maybe.
At all, to posting several times a day, with some posts seemingly directed at his ex.
I also don't understand a lot of I think anytime someone spam posts as a celebrity, it's kind of concerning. It's concerning. You know who's a great example of this? Jeremy Fragrance. Jeremy Fragrance posts the same video 10 times a day. He is not okay. Dude, I'm subscribed to Jeremy Fragrance because back in middle school, I needed some cologne tips. I needed to know how to smell fresh. Look at this. How many times are we going to post the same short? Oh my goodness. It's crazy. Well, own less. Own less, own less. Less is more, less is more, less is more. Ultimate, 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 ultimate. It's crazy. Jeremy Fragrance is the GOAT, but it is concerning how he is spam posting. And so JB doing the same thing, really unfortunate. Because Jeremy Fragrance is Jeremy Fragrance. Justin Bieber is like an icon, you know? He's a larger than life figure.
Hardly posting at all, to posting several times a day, with some posts seemingly directed at his ex, Selena Gomez. Selena recently tied the knot with record producer and songwriter Benny Blanco, who previously worked with Justin on several of his hit songs like Love Yourself, Somebody to Love, and Cold Water.
Right.
From everything that can be seen, she seems happier and more content than ever, while the opposite can be said of Justin. As Selena and Benny's relationship has become more public, Justin has become more chaotic. While his team—
Why does everyone hate Benny Blanco, by the way? I don't know what's up with that. I think, from what I've seen, he's actually like really smart, really creative. He's responsible for a lot of your favorite songs and has done a lot to benefit pop music and the way it sounds. And I'm confused why everyone hates him. People call him ugly. That I maybe understand, like just from an objective standpoint. You know, he's not the most attractive looking fella, but it's crazy how mean they are to him. They're so mean. Why? That's why? Just because he's ugly? No way.
She seems happier and more content than ever. While
he's like a musical genius.
As Selena and Benny's relationship has become more public, Justin has become more chaotic. While his team has explicitly denied any substance abuse issues, claiming he's in one of the best places of his life, the contrast between their statements and what we're seeing is stark. The fact is, the Justin of today is worlds away from the happy-go-lucky teen who conquered the music industry. But much of how his life has turned out hasn't been his choice.
Right. Yeah, that's a great point. A lot of what's happened with him has basically been because of the large, like, puppet master type people, the record industry, the music industry, fame and fortune at a young age, thrusting him into a lifestyle that is not on par with his age, his development, anything like that. And it can really fuck with people. Look what happened to the kid from Home Alone, you know? Similar situation. And so this wouldn't be the first time, and it won't be the last time. Music labels are evil? Of course. Music labels are terrible. They manipulate, they exploit, they chew you up, and they spit you out. They drain you for everything you're worth. They own all your music if they think you're good because they'll throw you some money. It's really gross. Yeah, it's crazy.
Early age, he's been pulled in different directions by those around him. Some who pursued him relentlessly for years before finally getting close. Others who should have never been allowed.
Diddy, yeah.
Near him in the first place,
yeah.
And an industry that pushed him to breaking point while extracting every dollar possible from his talent and pain. The people who are supposed to protect him instead—
It's really disgusting. Like, these people are faceless, they're nameless, you will not see them, you will not hear from them, and they will ruin the people who make you happy. And it's sad. Who made this video? I'll show you that right now. This is from Tell Us More. He's a documentary channel. I like his content. And he makes a great point here. These people, oftentimes, you will not hear from them. They view the artists that people come to know and love as marionettes that they can manipulate at any time. They lock them into contracts that they know are fucked up and predatory, and they do so knowing that they will make a shitload of money on it. And that's it. It's gross.
used him.
They don't make anything, okay? Like, it's another thing to note. They don't produce anything. Like, they don't make anything. They're not making these people better singers or artists or giving them more talent. These guys, they could not do a single task. Like, they're not smart. They're not educated. They are just demonic. They're demonic and manipulative. The most talented thing they do is craft demonic contracts that they bind celebrities to, and they reap the rewards from it. It's like demonic passive income is the best way I can put it. These guys are literal Satan worshipers, and that's all I can really say.
Him as a vehicle for their own ambitions and profits, leaving Justin to face the consequences alone. Whatever this is, breakdown, burnout, or something else entirely, it hasn't come out of nowhere. It's the result of years of trauma, struggle, and exploitation. And to understand how we got here, we have to go back. Justin Bieber's story didn't start like most stars. Born in 1994 in Canada, it was clear from a very early age that music was in his blood. By age 3, he was already keeping rhythm on toy drums, not just randomly banging, but producing surprisingly steady beats for a toddler.
This is how I go.
Wow.
You wanna be a
I didn't know he was
girl?
that good.
I can do it faster.
He taught himself guitar, piano,
That
and
is
drums
sick.
with a level of ease that shocked people.
I'm shocked that he's not Asian. All I've seen from these kind of young children talent videos is just Asian kids on the piano. All I've seen is little Chinese kids fluently, flawlessly playing Mozart. That's all I've seen, and I'm shocked that he's white.
especially given he had no formal training. What's more, without taking a single singing lesson, he developed a beautiful singing voice with impressive control. It was clear that something rare was there, a raw, instinctive musical ability far beyond his years, and as he grew older, that only became more and more apparent.
Yeah.
It didn't take much to see Justin was going places, but behind his extraordinary talent was a complicated beginning. His mother, Patty Millett, was just 18 when she gave birth to him and had a childhood
Wow.
heavily marked by trauma.
Starting from a young age, my parents split, as a lot of parents do, and my dad abandoned us, moved 10 hours away, and then started getting sexually abused from the
Yeah,
time
she
I
hit the
was
genetic lottery with this
5
kid.
up until I was about 10 years old, and there was multiple abusers, and then had really unhealthy relationships, and ended up getting into drugs and alcohol into teen years, and had an attempted suicide at 17.
Damn.
When she got pregnant with Justin, she was pressured to end the pregnancy.
That's
but leaned on
crazy.
her Christian faith and chose to go ahead. Justin's father, Jeremy Bieber,
And
was
it
in and
paid
out
off.
of the picture. He left Patty shortly after Justin was born, leaving her to raise him as a single mother. What's especially relevant to Justin's story is that Patty continued to wrestle with addiction and depression throughout his early life, issues he would go on to face himself one day.
Right.
In 2007, when Justin was 12 years old, he started posting covers on YouTube. This wasn't some calculated
Whoa, look how many views these have too. And this is old YouTube. 18 years ago, 3.3 million. Oh my goodness, 8.2 million, 11 million. Wow. I mean, there's something there that you have to just give credit for. I don't think, because this was around the time of music. Like when he blew up, right? People were, all the talk was about how auto-tune is ruining pop music. Everyone now is just a auto-tune industry plant. Everyone does not need talent anymore. It's all about how good your producer is and stuff like that. But I don't think that's fair. And I think that Justin was involved in a lot of this conversation when a lot of it had to do with just his natural born talent. Could be said he was a pioneer on YouTube. I think that if you're talking about old YouTube, you can't separate Justin Bieber from it, because if you look at what YouTube was used for, a lot of it was music. Like before content creation was a real thing, it was really short videos and music. That's all it was. Old YouTube, exclusively very short videos like Charlie Bit My Finger, Me at the Zoo, and then songs and stuff like that, piracy, whatever. And if you have this guy who was running shit back then during the growth of the site, you have to give him credit for it.
2007, when Justin
Isn't it crazy that people, even if you don't like his music, people used to say that he was talentless, like that is, he had rich parents, and he was just, he got all of these producers to make him sound as good as possible, and all his voice was auto-tuned, whatever. It's crazy. Like, I disagree with all that. I think that he's a really talented kid, and his hard work paid off, and his talent got paid off, right?
Justin was 12 years old, he started posting covers on YouTube. This wasn't some calculated career move, but simply a way for him to share his music with friends and family. However, his natural talent and charm captured the attention of a much wider audience. One of these people was Scooter Braun, a talent agent who stumbled across Justin's videos by accident. He became obsessed with tracking him down, eventually connecting with Patty through Justin's school and convincing her to bring her son to Atlanta. There, Braun introduced him to Usher, who saw exactly the same thing Scooter saw. This kid wasn't just talented, he was marketable. Soon, a bidding war broke out between Usher and Justin Timberlake. Usher won, and at just 13 years old, Justin signed with Island Records.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you Island Def Jam recording artist Justin Bieber. It's getting ready to go down. Just so you know, we're in the studio right now working on it. Get ready because it's going to be big. Ain't that right, Justin?
Insane stalker. The thing is, it sounds insane, and it definitely isn't normal, but I have a hard time really calling that fucking weird when the same stuff happens now, but just on TikTok, Like, realistically, it's not that weird when you consider the fact that, his mom was fine with him being on YouTube at such a young age, right? And people can talk about child safety and stuff, but that's just how it is. Like, that's how this goes. I mean, look at the Rizzler. You don't think there are people tracking down the Rizzler to give him deals? Hey, Rizzler, can you hold up the pizza rolls from Totino's and say, I give it 5 big booms? That's what's happening. It's the same thing, and it has been the same thing. If your kid is famous online, there is no sense of decency and separation between private and public life. There will be stalkers, and it sucks, and it's fucking unacceptable. But sometimes it does pay off in a weird, morbid way, because life is weird and morbid pays off. Hailey Bieber Baldwin was obsessed with him when he was with Selena Gomez. I've heard about that. I might look into that. It does seem interesting how his current wife was like obsessed with him when he was with Selena Gomez. So that's kind of something. But to track down a kid from overseas is stalker behavior. It sounds bad, and it is bad, but you do have to think about it though. If you're his mom, like, wow, this is a great opportunity for my son. Like, you're a talent manager and usher and all of these things. And so, like, yeah, it is weird and it's certainly inappropriate in a lot of ways, but that's what young fame is. It is inappropriate. Being famous when you're young is inappropriate in general. So most of the things that are going to be downstream from that are also inappropriate, right? And so, yeah, that's just how it is.
That's right. So look out. We're coming.
That year, Justin released his first 2 singles, One Time and One Less Lonely Girl, both of which were a huge success, reaching the top 20 in the US and Canada.
Wow, I didn't know
his
that.
His debut EP, My World, went platinum in the United States.
Wow.
And he became the first artist ever to have 7 songs from his debut album chart
First
on the
artist
Billboard Hot
ever.
100. In 2010, he dropped Baby featuring Ludacris, as well as Somebody to Love with Usher, but it was Baby that truly catapulted Justin into superstardom. The song amassed billions of plays on YouTube, dominated charts worldwide, and went 12 times platinum in the US, solidifying Justin as a pop icon all around the world.
He's so hot. We got Justin Bieber.
Oh man. That's crazy.
Bieber fever wasn't just some cute marketing term cooked up by his PR team. It was a legitimate cultural phenomenon.
Yeah.
Teenage girls would literally hype up.
Dude, I remember this. Like, it's not out of my memory for when this happened. This was 2011 or 12. Yeah, dude, I remember Gangnam Style. I remember this too. Cornball fans, different time. You can't say that. Cornball fans. This is something I don't like, is when people want to say that something was cringe that they would have probably participated in had they been around for the time, you know? You think whipping Nene is cringe now. Yeah, you would have whipped a Nene, you know? But yeah, I mean, it is cringe. You're not wrong. But yeah.
Ventilate.
I think the thing that makes something cringe is also what makes it itself. Like, you know, we look at this time period and people want to say, let's go back to the 2010s, but it's like, yeah, you have to have this stuff in it too. It's baked into the cake.
Pass out at his concerts. Mall appearances had to be shut down because security couldn't handle the hysteria. By 16,
Say whatever you want, he had the huzz.
Justin had reached
Bro, there were people, girls who wanted posters of him in their room, so he certainly had huzz. We'll just say that.
a level of fame that most artists spend their entire careers chasing and never find. But fame this fast creates problems, big ones. The music industry didn't just see a talented young artist, they saw a product to package, market, and profit from. Every aspect of his image, his hair, his style, his persona, was carefully curated to appeal to the massive tween fan base driving the Bieber machine. His schedule was relentless, endless promotion, constant travel, late night
Being cringe is
appearances,
being free.
and no room for breaks. To make matters worse, adults regularly crossed boundaries with him in ways that would trigger immediate outrage today. For example, at the 2011 Brit Awards, James Corden made inappropriate comments towards him as everyone in
what did he
attendance
say?
watched.
Can I say this? Lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks.
I don't ever remember smelling that good at 16. Like that was bad.
Is he gay? Do we know if he's gay? I certainly do not think that it's a good look to, hey, Justin, lean into me. Let me say how well you smell in front of all these people. Well, after asking you to lean into me. And, you know, it's certainly not a good look when there's all of this champagne and vodka and all of these drunk adults. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Can you back up? Jesus.
Wow, look at your eyes.
What the fuck? Do not do that, James. Can we get this guy, like, escorted out? He can't handle himself. He's shown he can't control it. Dude, this guy drank a little too much. Talking about, I love your eyes. Oh, he is gay? Doesn't make it any better.
You could see Justin felt uncomfortable from a mile away, but Corden just got even
Dude, yeah, my reaction too. James, what the fuck, bro? Back up. Dude, his carpool karaoke was rough. Well, I can't pull that up because this guy claims shit like a motherfucker. Dude, James Corden sucks.
more creepy.
Thank you so much. Look at him. Look at what a beautiful face. All right.
Touching him on the face like that crossed the line. Justin tried to ease the tension by playfully doing the same thing back to Corden, but this just gave Corden another opportunity to be weird.
Just do it. Don't mess around. Don't tease me, Bieber.
People felt like they could put their hands on Justin whenever they pleased. Another
Right.
awkward situation took place the following year, when Katy Perry grabbed his ass while they were having a hug. Then, David Letterman manhandled him on his talk show in front of thousands after criticizing his new tattoos. The same thing almost happened on an episode of The Talk, when actress Leah Remini got out of her seat to grab a hold of him.
Justin Bieber! I will scream
squeeze your face. No, I will. No. Let me. No. Squeeze your.
Justin got as far away from her as possible.
Imagine. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say the line. You guys know how it goes. I'm gonna say the line. You ready for it? It's imagine if what? Imagine if what? Come on, guys. Complete the sentence. Fill in the blank. Imagine if the roles were reversed. You guys know it. I mean, like, I literally imagine if the roles were reversed. Imagine if this was a young girl. The fucking outrage. It is literally so crazy that everybody thinks that this is like acceptable. And you can say, well, no one thinks this is acceptable. We're all criticizing it. True. No one in the comments is going to justify this, but everyone in this room is fucking smiling. Everybody in this room is smiling. Everybody in this room is smiling. Everybody in this room is smiling. And so I'm just going to say it. I don't think it's fucking appropriate. And I think in order to really visualize how inappropriate it is, take a 16-year-old girl and James Corden's talking about, let me look into your eyes. Bro, James, you're fat as fuck. Back the shit up, dude. Get up and get out, you pig. You fucking monkey. I'm sick of this, bro. It's so weird. I'm the only one who physically recoils at this shit. I'm like, ugh. It's so strange. I hate it.
And had to say no 5 times before she finally got the message. But it didn't stop there. Leah insisted on asking Justin inappropriate questions that no 40-year-old woman should ever be asking a
40. She's fucking 40, bro. This is your job. You know, people always think that TMZ is the lowest of the low, and it is. It is. You don't follow people to their homes because they're famous to ask them what their thoughts on the Ukraine war is, and then create a headline where you say, this person was noticeably silent on the Ukraine war. Proof of this? Well, we followed them home from a bar at 4 a.m. and we asked them questions and they didn't answer because they wanted to be left alone. That's the lowest of the low. This is kind of around there as well, but it's basically, this is a TMZ reporter who just has a show. This person just has famous people on their show and has an audience. So they're just TMZ, but they have a nice set. That's it. It's crazy. And to view it as really anything higher brow than that is a little bit diluted, because what actually makes them different? Like the stalker aspect. Okay, sure, they don't stalk people, but they benefit from the rumors that the stalkers get, you know? And they ask personal questions like stalkers do, and they violate personal space and boundaries like stalkers do and TMZ people do. So, you know.
15-year-old boy.
Here's my question. Would you rather have to be naked on stage during
one
full song, or drink a cup of blended worms? Answer Justin Bieber.
I have like little girl fans.
The fact she was sexualizing him like this was extremely uncomfortable, but what made it worse was that the majority of the audience was made up of young kids.
Literally, like, it's crazy to think. I've never seen Keemstar do that. I don't know. I think it's crazy to think that someone as evil as Keemstar hasn't stooped that low. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy to think of the fact that if we look at Keem and he's like somehow better than this. Damn. That's fucking crazy. The please laugh now sign is up. Yeah, I mean, dude, crazy. Keem never stooped this low. He stooped lower, but in different ways.
Kids. Leah wasn't alone. It was almost like all the women on that couch.
And he is so well composed on these interviews to say, yeah, we know we're not answering that. We're not engaging that. That's inappropriate. Put this fucking bitch in her place, dude. You're 40. You're a 40-year-old woman. Go home and crack open the sewing machine. Unbelievable and actually just worthy of insane ridicule. Really is.
We're competing.
Who is this person, by the way? Who is this?
Asking Justin times before she finally.
What's her name? Let's go back to this.
Whenever they pleased. Another awkward situation took place. Almost happened on an episode of The Talk when actress Leah Remini got.
Leah Remini. Let's take a peek at Leah Remini. Oh, she's an actress. So she's not a host, but it's may as well, like all these people on the shows, they do the same thing. Leah Remini. I mean, this is just so weird. What the fuck? How old is she? 54? So she was legit 40 in this. Jesus, dude. Let's just get a grip. Like, let's get a grip, bro.
This was extremely uncomfortable. But what made
Ex-Scientologist? Is that true? No way. Oh no, that makes her so much worse. Ex-Scientologist. I mean, she walked away from it, guys. You know, give credit where it's due.
Worse was that the majority of the audience was made up of young kids. Leah wasn't alone. It was almost like all the women on that couch were competing over Justin.
If you had to date one of us, 5. She would be a pain in the butt, I'll tell you that right now.
To be trapped in situations like this must have been torture for Justin, but arguably nothing was worse than what happened at the 2012 American Music Awards. After Justin stepped out on stage to accept an award, then 40-year-old actress Jenny McCarthy outright assaulted him.
Wow. I feel violated right now. Wow.
Can you imagine if the genders were reversed?
I've said that, and I did say that, and I think it's a question worth asking. People are clapping, bro. He's so uncomfortable. I remember this. I think I remember this as well. I mean, I don't remember it like as in I watched it, but I remember there was certainly talk around this time about like, hey, you know, maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe this is where we draw the line, and it certainly isn't a good look that we're accepting this and the Hollywood world, the music world, the famous people world. And you don't really have to imagine if the roles were reversed. Like, there are plenty of instances of stuff like this happening with women. They speak out. We had a Me Too movement, and so people were fucking fed up with it, and rightfully so. And I do think that it's fucking crazy that most of these people, by the way, are famous in their own right. Like, a lot of the people that are like doing weird shit, touching him and stuff, are also famous, you know? Really weird how, you know, fame and being completely okay with violating people is a thing.
I feel violated right now. Wow.
Can you imagine if the genders were reversed? Afterwards, Jenny was asked about what happened in some interviews, and she seemed almost proud about what she'd done.
I did grab his butt. I'm single. I couldn't help it. He was just so delicious. So little. Just,
I couldn't help it. Actual racist talking point. Literal racist talking point. He was so cute, I couldn't help it. Rape.
just so delicious.
I couldn't stop. Just rape. Literal rape.
So little. Just.
Pedophilic plus rape. So little. Like what the fuck? Actually insane.
I just got to neck Justin Bieber and grab his butt.
I saw that you like totally, like it was like a full-on almost makeout session.
It was a little cougar scary.
Yeah.
But I took.
Also, what's with the cut? What is this hairstyle? How did this ever become a thing? What the fuck am I looking at? This is atrocious. Like, this is some syndrome from The Incredibles haircut, yet it's been applied to what appears to be face-app JoJo Siwa with anus as an earring. Pyro haircut? Yeah, dude, it's like Johnny Bravo. It's disturbing. It's a disturbing thing that this is, I mean, everything about this is disturbing. A disturbing creature performing a disturbing act in a disturbing way, in a disturbing setting. It was the 2010s. I guess fucking anything was allowed in the 2010s. I guess you could rape someone with this haircut in the 2010s.
Yeah, full-on almost makeout session.
A little cougar scary.
Yeah.
But I took the opportunity in the window, considering I'll never get to do it again, and kind of molested him.
These encounters
literally molested him, yeah. Kind of molested him. It's so crazy how she's like fully aware of it too. I'd still hit, bro. I don't know. Really? I mean, if you're 10 years old, then maybe reach out. I don't know, man.
These weren't just awkward moments. There were signs that Justin's boundaries didn't matter, and he wasn't the only teen star being pushed to their limits by the industry. Behind the scenes, another young celebrity was facing similar relentless pressure, Selena Gomez.
Right.
When Justin and Selena went public with their relationship in 2010, it seemed like the perfect match. Both were navigating the treacherous waters of teen stardom, and both understood the pressure of growing up with millions watching. Although people didn't cross the line physically with Selena like they did with Justin, she was still overworked, scrutinized, and exploited in many of the same ways. That shared experience was part of what drew them together. They knew exactly what the other
Yeah. Misery loves not misery, but often people, this is a studied phenomenon. People who experience similar trauma end up finding each other and they are very attracted to each other. And this could be in a romantic sense, it could be in a platonic sense. It is actually a studied thing. And you think about it, and it makes a lot of sense, because really you can reduce this to, do I have something in common with someone else? I like Pokemon, they like Pokemon. I like Yu-Gi-Oh, they like Yu-Gi-Oh. I like Fortnite, so does this person, right? Trauma bond, yeah, exactly. Trauma is really the same thing. Like, it's like, oh, I grew up without a dad and, you know, abusive, whatever, drugs. Oh, me too, and it's probably had similar effects on us, and so, yeah, I mean, yeah, trauma bonding is a real thing, and it makes sense, yeah.
other was going through. For a while, they seemed like each other's refuge from the chaos.
I am all about really genuine people. And I feel like she's one of the most genuine people. You know, she just has a good heart. And I can talk to her about anything.
For fans, it was like a real-life Disney movie. Two beautiful, talented young people falling in love in the spotlight. They walked red carpets together, they posted cute tributes to each other online, and they gushed about their relationship in interviews.
What is his favorite feature that you...
Again, the person last seen siphoning blood from uteruses. This person actually sneaks into the dumpsters at abortion clinics and eats the fetuses. This is Ellen DeGeneres. And of course, she's snooping her nose into the business of teenagers. Yeah, Ellen DeGeneres. You know, my favorite pedophile. Where's the shirt? Do I have the Save a Child, Kill a Pedophile shirt? I don't know. It's in my room, but yeah.
Love about Justin?
His eyes.
Their chemistry was undeniable.
Her and James Corden got something in common.
That you love about Justin?
His eyes.
James Corden, he's like at home, he's like, yeah, me too. I love his eyes.
Their chemistry was undeniable, and their youth made it feel pure and hopeful, like something that might actually beat the odds. For a moment, it felt like their relationship was destined to last.
Justin, are you gonna propose to Selena Gomez? You guys make a really good couple.
Like, imagine doing this.
See that smile?
However, behind this perfect image was a much rockier
Justin is cool, no cap. Like, yeah, considering everything he's been through, I think it's crazy to say that, like, you know, you think of him as just like a shitter. Like, oh, his music sucks. Oh, he's this, oh, he's that. Like, you know, he could be a Diddy. You know, everything in the the forces of the world were trying to make him into a Diddy, and he's not a Diddy. You know, I think that's something worth celebrating.
Reality. Between 2010 and 2018, their relationship became a roller coaster of dramatic breakups and passionate reunions, with every twist and turn dissected by millions of obsessed fans.
He still has time to be Diddy. I guess, but you have to look at like, I mean, look, maybe true. I guess, you know, clock's ticking, but don't say that. Like, that's glass half empty thinking. Okay, he's not a Diddy yet. Let's be happy that he's not a Diddy yet. And even if he does become a Diddy, you know, people are going to do the Kanye, he made graduation stuff with him because he has made some songs that I think carried a lot of our childhood years. So, yeah.
Are they still together?
Never Say Never. Isn't that one of his songs too? That's kind of funny.
Who's Justin dating now?
Real, I give him props. Like, and let's think about this too. He's super like composed, and like all things considered, he's not like filthy in his music. He's not like you know, one of these people who's airing out all this like disgusting, you know, nasty shit. He talks pretty nicely about women. He's not like no DaBaby. And I feel like obviously different genre of music, but it's something worth noting, you know? Good kid.
By millions of obsessed fans. Are they still together? Who's Justin dating now? Has Selena finally moved on? When will they realize they're meant to be? The questions and scrutiny were never ending. What might have been a normal period of growth and emotional confusion for any young couple was instead a broadcast to the world, leaving them little space to process anything privately. And in the end, the same intense spotlight that brought them together would also pull them apart. In 2013, tensions between Justin and the paparazzi reached a boiling point. After being relentlessly pursued, an incident erupted where a camera...
I think he's actually the reason why paparazzi is so hated. I think paparazzi have been around forever, but this is like, he was the first internet star celebrity music kid to have really experienced this new wave of paparazzi whose motivations are completely just internet clicks. You feel me on that? I feel like he was the victim of that sort of era of paparazzi. And he's really, I think, someone who caused the paparazzi to be widely hated by the public. I think he's a big part of that.
Paparazzi reached a boiling point. After being relentlessly pursued, an incident erupted where a cameraman hurled a nasty insult at him.
Fucking little cock. Fuck off back to America. Fucking little moron. Fuck you. What you say? You heard what I said, man. What'd you say? You heard what I fucking said, mate. Lose your fucking belt.
And this is the TMZ era of paparazzi. Yeah, this is like when TMZ was like a thing, you know? What do they do now? They have like Snapchat shows? Okay. This is when TMZ was like a big thing, and people were writing disses on TMZ and shit in their music because everyone fucking hated them. They were relentless. And so, yeah, a big thing is like, you have to understand that like when these people crash out, you cannot look at them and criticize them for it. You have no room to say, oh, that was inappropriate. Like when Kanye is like, shut the fuck up in the paparazzi thing when they're going to his house. Like, this is what these people need to be told. They need to be told far worse things. You know, K to the Y to the last word, last letter. You know what it is. Now TMZ is getting phased out when everyone can live stream and be Johnny Somali and film crimes. No need for rumors at that point. Yeah, essentially.
Who's your fucking belt? Who's your fucking belt? I'm back, you prick. I'm back, you prick. Right? That's all I'm fucking little cock.
Like, you're a fucking loser, dude. You're a fat, bald, disgusting British loser who spends his time lurking around the streets hoping Justin Bieber falls into your vision so you can take photos and videos of him to monetize on the internet because you're a failure. Like, you are a literal failure.
This confrontation marked a turning point, signaling Justin's growing frustration with the invasive media. The constant scrutiny from paparazzi, fans, and even his fellow celebrities had begun to take its toll, leading him to push back against the pressures of his fame. However, this defiance soon spiraled into reckless behavior. A few months later, after a night out partying in a New York nightclub, a video surfaced.
He was fucking ripped. Oh my goodness. No glaze, but impressive.
Justin urinating into a yellow mop bucket.
Yeah, like TMZ, dude.
We swagger, man. You know, this is just a better spot to pitch. We the wild kids. That's a cooler spot to pitch. You know, you'll forever remember that.
Unlike his earlier altercation with the cameraman, this act was unprovoked and deliberate, and it drew widespread criticism. It was a troubling sign of his escalating unpredictability, and a warning of more serious issues to come.
But where does this come from? Like, you can't blame him for this. Like, you can, I think that there's a basic human accountability that you have for your actions. But when this is what happens as a result of escalating tensions between you and paparazzi, it's like, come on. And also, I'm gonna be honest, who the fuck cares? Like, he pissed in a bucket, so what? I pee in the sink sometimes. You pee in the grass, you pull over, you pee on the fucking side of the highway. Okay, a mop bucket. If there's no room in the bathroom, where else are you supposed to do the floor? Better than what R. Kelly did, literally.
It was a troubling sign of his escalating.
I mean, like, and then they're filming him. Like, what's more weird? The dude peeing in the mop bucket for, let's just say maybe there was a toilet. Okay, whatever. I pee in the shower as well. Okay. Not the best thing ever. Okay. You're filming him doing it though? Come on. Clearly drunk, probably drunk. Low moment, and they're gonna film it, and then, oh wait. Okay, but this time I can really criticize him because you're not supposed to pee there. Fuck you, dude. Shut up. Everything about this is wrong, and you're gonna pick the side of the journos? Yeah, okay.
Yes, you know, you'll forever remember that.
Unlike his earlier altercation with the cameraman, this act was unprovoked.
Like, no meme weirder to film it. And then to criticize him means that you're not even thinking of the fact that it's being filmed. Like, you're looking at him peeing in the bucket and you're thinking, wow, he's peeing in the bucket. That's weird. You're not thinking, zoom out. There's a guy holding a camera to Justin Bieber with this cock out peeing in a bucket. That's 1,000 times weirder. You have to keep this whole thing in context. He's not just peeing in a bucket.
And deliberate. And it drew widespread criticism. It was a troubling sign of his escalating unpredictability, and a warning of more serious issues to come. That same year, Justin made headlines for spitting on people, once on his own issues to come. That same year, Justin made headlines for spitting on people, once on his own fans from a hotel balcony, and another time on a neighbor during a heated dispute. The neighbor incident escalated months later when Justin pelted the man's house with eggs, resulting in $80,000 in damages and a vandalism charge. These incidents painted the picture of someone—
I feel like no one does that anymore. No one does egging. I feel like the types of things that people do to other people to bother them have changed significantly, you know? Who eggs houses anymore? I don't hear about that. I miss that. Halloween prank, dude, and I miss that stuff. That's so 2010s. Let's go steal liquor from our mom's wine cabinet and then go egg houses. I miss that shit.
Rapidly losing control, but rather than seeing a young man cracking under immense pressure, the media and public branded him as a villain, eager to ridicule instead of understand. And that narrative only gained momentum in early 20—
Now we rage bait. Yeah. We've went from egging houses and now we're rage baiting people. Now we're doxing people. Now, oh, I'm not gonna egg your house anymore. I'm gonna like fucking like what, I don't know, clickbait. I'm gonna clickbait you. I'm gonna AI you in the George Floyd tragic video. Your face is gonna be on George Floyd's body, and I'm gonna post it.
2014, when things reached a new low. In the early hours of the morning on January 23rd, Justin was arrested in Miami Beach for drag racing a rented yellow Lamborghini. He wasn't alone, as he was there racing R&B singer Khalil. Police reported that Justin exhibited signs of intoxication and admitted to consuming alcohol, marijuana, and prescription drugs. When he refused to cooperate with officers, they placed him under arrest, resulting in his infamous mugshot.
Mr.
Damn, he's happy though.
Bieber, you are charged with the following: DUI, alcohol.
Yeah, I remember this. This is when people were talking about like hashtag bad boy Bieber and stuff like that.
For drugs, resisting without violence, and driving with an expired driver's license.
But even after this wake-up call, the spiral didn't stop.
Nowadays, you gotta shit in a paper bag and light it on fire since eggs are expensive. Yeah, Inflation has ruined the prank economy.
Years later, in 2016, footage surfaced from Justin's birthday party, which was hosted by none other than Sean Diddy Combs, and it showed a haunting image of him. He was swaying around, glassy-eyed, and cycling between bursts of giddy energy and spaced-out blankness.
It's called He's Bad Boy Now. It's called Don't Ever Play Yourself. Welcome to the family, John.
What?
He was completely out of it, yet the people around him looked fine. From the way he was behaving, it seemed like he was under the influence of a lot more than just alcohol. Diddy's presence in that scene is worrying. Even at that time, rumors and unease had long surrounded the way Diddy interacted with younger artists. And of course now, we know just how much of a predator he really is. In recent times, when looking back at these years of his life, Justin has admitted he was hooked on various different substances.
And whose fault do we think that is? Any guesses as to who maybe contributed to that? It was obviously Diddy. This is what happens, dude. It sucks.
There was a time where I was sipping lean, I was popping pills, I was doing Molly.
The mother? No.
Shrooms, everything.
He was just a kid who needed protection, but most of the people around him seemed more focused on exploiting him for their own
Is that Rick Ross? It is.
benefits. Despite the fame, success, and unimaginable wealth,
Not gonna lie, most Canadians start smoking weed at 13. That's Canada.
Justin began slipping into the same cycle of substance abuse that once plagued his mother. The toll on him was immense, physically, mentally, and emotionally, and it inevitably bled into his relationship with Selena. Often, his most destructive moments came shortly after.
Imagine, like, in that relationship, he's like, Selena, I'm gonna be home late tonight. I got a party at Diddy's crib. Rick Ross is gonna be there, and I hear there's gonna be some perk 30s, and so I might get a little lazy, might get a little crazy. I don't know if I'm coming back tonight, but yeah, you know, I wrote a song about you, and then it just every single night it's the same thing. Yeah, you're gonna get a little bit tired of it. Real, we were all potheads by the age 15. Is that how it is in Canada? Is everyone in Canada just a stoner? I don't know. I know the laws there are pretty liberal about weed and stuff, but it is crazy if you're saying that everyone is smoking weed by 15. Not great.
After they're taking a break. But Selena wasn't just dealing with Justin's volatility, she had her own battles to fight. In 2013, she was diagnosed with lupus, an autoimmune disease that caused the body to attack its own tissues and organs.
Whoa.
A year later, she entered rehab and took a step back from her career. It wasn't just the physical symptoms that hit hard. Selena later revealed that the disease brought with it crippling panic attacks, anxiety, and depression that consumed her daily life. By 2017, her condition had worsened to the point that her kidneys began to fail, and she underwent a life-saving transplant. Much of her energy and focus had to shift towards survival, not her relationship or stardom. Between their private struggles, the relentless pressure of life in the spotlight, and the emotional immaturity that came with growing up too fast, Justin and Selena's relationship couldn't survive, despite how much they cared about each other.
One day, you're gonna be a dad, right?
Yeah.
So, picture this, we got either Justin Jr. sitting on your lap or little Justine sitting on your lap.
Yep.
When they say, Dad, what was the best part about your teenage years, what would you say?
I would say,
Maybe making the tens of millions of dollars at a young age.
probably my relationship with my ex-girlfriend.
Aww.
In March 2018, they broke things off for good, and while fans continued to hold out hope that they'd get back together, that dream was crushed just 6 months later, when Justin
Lean and baby oil? That's not okay.
married Hailey Baldwin. While the world's attention remained fixated on Justin and Selena, another storyline had been quietly unfolding in the background, one that was expertly pieced together and exposed by the YouTuber Internet Oddities. In 2009, as Justin's star was rapidly rising, a seemingly innocent meeting took place backstage at the Today Show, after Stephen Baldwin introduced his young daughter Hailey to Justin.
Hey, my name's Steve. And the third song,
Yeah.
this is my daughter Haley. The third song is we've been
We've been enjoying your music.
At the time, Justin was 15 and Hailey was 12, and although it looked like just another celebrity kid meeting a pop star, this encounter would lead to something far more significant. That same day, Hailey's father struck up a friendship with Justin's mum, and by the next evening, the Baldwins had the Biebers over for dinner. Afterward, they went bowling, and somewhere in the middle of it all, Justin and Hailey posed for their first photo together. In the years that followed, Hailey continued appearing everywhere Justin went.
Imagine having a arranged marriage, basically. This is insane. Like, if you talk about industry plants, this is basically like a marriage plant. You're taking Justin Bieber and then you're using your status as some sort of celebrity. I don't even know who this guy is, but he has this daughter and he's like, yeah, you know, this kid, I want this kid to marry my daughter eventually. It's very fucking weird, but I feel like it's kind of common in the celebrity world, right? You know, celebrity children marry celebrity children, so it is what it is. But I have to say, like, as a dad, very strange to like offer up your wife or offer up your daughter to Justin like that. Basically, it's Alec Baldwin's brother. That makes sense. But yeah, I mean, it's like a ritual almost, you know? Like, why would you want to not force, but basically not groom? How do I explain this? It's weird in my opinion.
Posed for their first photo together. In the years that followed, Hailey continued appearing everywhere Justin went. The
marriage plan is almost like trying to steal Tom Brady's sperm to have a kid who will be gifted at football. Yeah.
Never Say Never premiere, his concerts and live performances, industry events and red carpets. Whenever Justin was scheduled to appear, Hailey somehow managed to be there too. You might be tempted to chalk it up to coincidence, but there's a compelling reason to believe otherwise. In 2019, a former Justin Bieber superfan named Dana made a video claiming that Hailey had relentlessly stalked Justin for years.
I feel like this is an opening to a documentary.
Hailey Baldwin went from trying to bump into Justin Bieber at the Satai, the London, to marry. Everyone's making a joke that it was her 10-year plan, like, bitch fucking did it.
Dana ran a Justin Bieber fan account with over 200,000 followers. She claimed that Hailey followed her Bieber fan account in 2011 and began regularly messaging her for information about Justin's whereabouts.
Here you're gonna see where I wrote Satai 5th Ave. The DM that was right above that she sent to me is gone because she unsent.
Is this real?
It right away, and if I went back to my MacBook from fucking 2013, maybe I could find that, because above that, and you're gonna have to take my word for this one because I don't have it, but she said, what hotel is Justin staying at? Kylie and I want to know.
Dana said that Hailey would either stay at that hotel or eat at that hotel restaurant so she could bump into him. While those claims are difficult to—
You can't— What? I didn't know it was this deep, bro. That's crazy. So she's just a stan who ended up marrying him. Wow.
To verify, not all of her claims
That's crazy.
In her video, Dana mentioned a Call Me Maybe video Justin.
So she would basically get tips from this fan account, figure out where he is in order to try to randomly bump into him. Dude, this is literally you. You guys know Joe Goldberg from You, right? That's the entire plot of Joe Goldberg and You. It's basically this guy who falls in love with this girl, and he basically stalks her and tracks her down, and he does anything possible to make it look like they accidentally like bumped into each other, but it's all planned, it's all coordinated. He finds out where she is in advance and then stalks her and tracks her down. Minus the murder. Yeah, minus the murder, but I think it doesn't really matter if there's murder or not in the case of like the outcome, right? Because if you're looking to basically get the result that you want, you don't need to murder all the time if you have, you know, status, right? Joe Goldberg doesn't have status. I need to watch You, bruh. Well, the new season's coming out pretty soon. Oh my goodness. Actually, wait a second. At the time that I'm recording this, isn't it out? When is it out? Oh, April 24th. Okay, so it's out. Yeah, it came out 4 days ago. Or 3 days ago. Yeah, that's crazy. I need to watch it.
Stay at that hotel or eat at that hotel restaurant.
That's negative IMO. Yeah, well, I think what you're talking about is basically the fact that they don't have to do the dirty work to get the outcomes that they want. Because they can just leverage their fame and fortune to get other people to give them info that normal people wouldn't be able to get, and they would only be able to get by, you know, violence or something like that. So I kind of get where you're going with it. I don't know if it's worse because I prefer people not to die, but it certainly is more nefarious in the sense of like there's a long-standing problem with like fame and being able to weaponize it. So yeah.
So she could bump into him. While those claims are difficult to verify, not all of her claims are. In her video, Dana mentioned a Call Me Maybe video Justin and Selena made, and how she created a remake of it which Hailey featured in. And that video is still on YouTube today.
She was in it. She agreed to be in it for us. She made a clip and at least emailed it to us to put in a YouTube video.
On top of this, Dana showed various back and forth tweets between her and Hailey, proving they had an ongoing relationship. In some of the tweets, Hailey commented on Justin's height and even speculated about how much taller he might grow, a small detail that hinted at a deeper fixation. During this period, Hailey began strategically befriending Kendall and Kylie Jenner, two of Justin's known friends at the time. This gave her indirect access to Justin's world, allowing her to maintain a subtle but steady presence around him, even while he was still with Selena. Hailey continued appearing at the same events and within the orbit of people Justin trusted, and over time, her proximity became—
I will say, if she really wanted to get down and dirty with it, she would probably have to ask the Roblox haircut girl who grabbed his ass on stage. She should get in contact with that guy or with that girl. She'd be like, "Yeah, you remember that kid who you like molested on stage? Do you have his like phone number or anything? I want to reach out to him." That's what she should have done.
Familiarity. Eventually, her and Justin began hanging out alone without the presence of mutual friends. By the time Justin and Selena's relationship collapsed for the final time in early 2018, Hailey was already a familiar, comfortable figure in his life. Someone who had been there through many of the ups and downs. Within weeks, she and Justin were spotted out together. By July, they were engaged. And just a few months later, they were married in a quiet courthouse ceremony. For a while, it looked like everything had fallen into place for her. On the surface, she had it all. The marriage, the lifestyle, the brand. She and Justin posted loved-up photos and spoke publicly about their faith and commitment. However, what we're seeing today suggests things aren't going as well as they once were. On February 18th, 2025, Justin attended the pop-up store for Hailey's beauty brand in LA. In one viral video captured at the event, he could be seen smiling wide and shifting his weight from side to side while having a conversation. Speculation erupted immediately. Fans and the media questioned whether Justin was using again, a theory quickly denied by sources close to him who insisted that he's in a great place. In the days after this statement was released, Justin made various posts seemingly mocking the drug allegations. Even still, people weren't buying that everything was—
he needs to take care of his physique more. Like he was ripped and now he's not. Fix that.
Even still, people weren't buying that everything was okay.
Well, obviously not.
Pictures and videos have been surfacing for weeks of Justin looking tired,
Is this one edited? Do we know? It's still fucked.
disheveled and gaunt. Not only that, but there'd been a sharp increase in his Instagram activity, with him making numerous reflective posts suggesting he's not in the best place mentally. On March 13th, he shared an Instagram story expressing feelings of unworthiness, saying, "People have told me my whole life, wow Justin, you deserve that. And I personally have always felt unworthy, like I was a fraud." There was another post on March 16th, where he spoke about feeling like he was drowning due to feelings of hate he's been hiding from the world. Then there was a post on March 22nd, where he acknowledged his struggles with anger, saying, "I got anger issues too, but I want to grow and not react so much."
No, that's good.
Individually.
I think everyone has anger issues. I think celebrities especially, like, I mean, I don't want to be, repeating myself, but yeah, if you're Justin Bieber and from a young age you're dealing with stuff like that, you're going to have pent up anger, you just will. Because the world is confusing. You're going to be confused by how you exist and how everyone else exists. And you might get angry, you might get upset. And people want to make them upset. There's a whole market for, crash out content. And so people would want to see him crash out. And yeah, it would be good for him to not overreact.
These posts might not seem alarming, but together they paint a picture of someone spiraling inward. On March 24th, a video surfaced of Justin on a rooftop where he looked extremely thin, more so than ever before. This caused further worry amid already growing concerns. Around March 30th, the situation got much more real after several Instagram live clips of Justin began circulating. In the videos, he could be seen listening to music, licking his lips over and over, and making strange, jerky movements. In one, his eyes are literally half shut at points, and a lot of fans took this as a clear sign of him being under the influence of drugs. While nothing was confirmed, people couldn't help but connect the dots.
Tweaking? Yeah,
Selena Gomez recently got engaged to Justin's old collaborator and friend, Benny Blanco. She posted pictures of their engagement ring
and is he like sad, you think?
On social media.
Anyway, yeah, that's basically what the story is right now. And I mean, it's just sad more than anything. What did the comments say? Justin is the male Britney. The way the media, the public treated him for seemingly no reason was just cruel and it took a toll on him. For this alone, Diddy should never get out of jail. That's, yeah, great point. And when I was younger, Justin was everywhere and so many guys were sick of him. They made fun of him and complained about a documentary we were shown in band class. No one ever thought about how it affects him. Now that I'm seeing the worst things that have happened to him, I feel awful. Pray for the guy, he needs it. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty sad. I think we owe this guy an apology. I don't, because I've always been nice to him, but a lot of people haven't, as we saw, and so they should be sorry, and that's all I'm saying. And so, good video. All right.